lock it in. Yeah, it's the Joe Lockett Show. Lock it in, yeah. It's the Joe Lockett Show. Lock it in. Are you ready to be entertained, educated? A little stimulation for your brain. Lock it in. Are you ready to learn? Are you ready to laugh? Are you ready to love? Then lock it in. Lock it in. Yeah. It's the Joe Lockett Show. Lock it in, yeah. It's the Joe Lockett Show. Lock it in, lock it in. It's the Joe Lockett Show.
What's up, everybody? It's 9 minutes after the hour. You guys are locked into your favorite evening edition, right? It's your boy, Joe Lockett. How y'all doing out there, man? Got a show lined up for you today on a Wednesday. Where you at? Where you hollering at your boy at? Nephew's in the building. Sitting in there with a jacket on. I don't know why. He said it was raining earlier. I'm like, that was like hours ago. He said, where am I gonna put my jacket? I said, anywhere. He said, just gonna keep my jacket on. So you sitting there in the studio with a whole jacket on, like it's cold in here. So ain't nothing wrong with it, you know. Just what kind of fun to sit in the house with a jacket on, like you about to get. You're like you're ready to go. You ever seen that person? You seen that person at a party?
I'm that person at the party.
I'm not
gonna lie. I'm that person.
But you ever seen that? You ever seen that person sitting at a party? Like as soon as he walks through the door, he ready to go.
Exactly.
And they ask him, "Can I take your hat? Can I take your?" No, I'm good.
Nah, yeah, you
I'm
straight.
good.
You straight. You ain't got to do all that. Oh well, we send them all in the back.
They be sitting the whole dinner table with a whole jacket on. Hey, that woman that got her purse, that don't put her purse down on the chair or nothing. Just keep her purse on her side.
Man, I'm them.
I'm saying, but do y'all be like really ready to go?
Yes.
Don't y'all want to get comfortable?
Because all you doing is waiting for a reason. I'm waiting for a reason to go.
Then somebody asks you one more time. Oh, I see it. I'm out.
No.
I take y'all at me damn jacket.
I only plan on being here just a few minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why come though?
You ain't gotta fix no plate.
But why come though?
I ate.
But why come though? If you don't want to go somewhere, why come?
You do it out of respect to whoever it is. Or, you know what I mean? You be looking.
So is it better to show up and don't want to be there and leave early, or just don't come?
Show up and don't want to be there, and then you leave
really?
Because you could be like, because they always gonna be. Well, you
so if somebody,
well, what's the excuse if you don't go somewhere? Well, you could have just stopped by,
but they lying.
You could have just said hey and then went on. That's what I do. I say hey. I do whatever it is. I make sure I speak to everybody.
Hey y'all,
and then I go on.
So I'm gonna ask y'all in the chat out here on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, how y'all doing? Digital airwaves. Real quick, is it better to go to a party, right, and stay for a short time because you really don't want to come be there, or just don't go at all? Tricia, Swiss, Fan, Cam, Gail. Somebody tell me, hey Toya, hey Lucille, hey Heidi, hey Mama C the boss. Is it better to go to a party, right, and don't want to be there, leave quickly, or just don't go at all? You said show up and leave.
Yeah, show up and leave, bro. Yeah, I can't.
I'm much rather for you.
I made it.
I just rather, if you don't really want to be there, I'd rather for you not to come.
The thing is, you act like you don't want to be there, but be prepared to leave at any moment.
And I'd rather not have you there though. I'd rather keep your bullshit. Keep your bullshit with you. For that exactly, Mozart. I'm with you. Don't show up.
No, for that short span of time, I'm gonna be everything you need for a few minutes. Just know I ain't here for a long time. I'm here for a good time. For me.
Yeah, see that part right there. See, I can't stand people like you, man. Don't come to me. Don't come to my damn party. You know what I'm saying? Because you come in looking for, like you said, you're looking for a reason to go, right? Yeah. Or you're just gonna walk.
I ain't gonna lie.
Just Lucille, you're right. See, that's what I'm saying.
I do the walkthrough. I do the walkthrough, go in, remind me. Oh, she kind of cute. Oh, you brought her? Oh, you brought them? That's your family. Cool. And then by the time I get done doing all of that, I done been there a good little, 30 minutes? Yeah, I could go.
Oh, no, keep your ass. Stay away from my quota. Stay away from my party.
I hit my quota.
See, I don't like people like, I cannot stand folks like y'all, man. Why in the hell even show up to the party?
Joe, hold on. Don't talk about me. You the type of dude to not go, period.
Yeah, huh?
You the type of dude to not go to something, period.
That's what I said. I don't go. That's why. If I don't feel like going, bro, I don't go.
Folks will be expecting you just, nah. At least I give you the illusion that I'm finna be here. I'll be here for at least one of the pictures, not the end of the party picture, but you know what I mean? One of the pictures.
I mean, that was the time I used to like, man, why come y'all didn't invite me? But now I'll be like, I'm glad you didn't invite me.
Wow.
Bro, because I got to know you who want to go somewhere. Like I was invited to the what's it called? The place where back here in Alabama where everybody got to wear white and bring their whole celebration with them.
Oh, I know
Casablanca,
what you're talking about.
whatever
Yeah.
it's called. Yeah,
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, you got invited to one of those?
Yeah.
That's dope.
You finna be mad.
You didn't go.
We all got invited.
No, Joe.
You finna be mad. We all got invited. We all got invited.
They invited the show,
They invited all
and
of
you
us.
didn't tell
It was the last minute, bro. It was the last minute.
them. How last minute?
The day of.
Oh,
The day
that's
of.
dirty. That's dirty.
It
Wasn't that. I ain't mad.
it wasn't dirty. I think whatever happened. We crossed their mind, and the inbox was sent to us. Hey, do y'all want to come to?
Short notice.
Yeah, it was a short notice.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like
No. The person who did it was not dirty. It was sweet of them to do it.
Yeah.
And so, but we were invited. We'll be on the list next year.
Okay.
So, yeah, as a show, we'll be on the list next year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you can go.
Something to look forward to.
So you can go.
So I can go.
Yeah. You
Oh
and
my
Denise can go.
goodness.
I mean, bruh, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not finna dress up in white and bring my food and bring a table to go sit down with a bunch of people. You know what I'm saying? We all got to bring our stuff. I never understood that.
A potluck? You never did a potluck?
Who?
A potluck. I think that's what they call it.
You talking about
Where you
pot-
bring your own
You said a potluck?
potluck. I know it's just pot something, and usually
Wait,
whoever I say it to, they be like, all right.
No. We ain't had this moment in a minute on the show.
You made me sick.
What did you just say?
I said a potluck.
A potluck?
A potluck.
What the hell is that?
I have no idea.
Are you talking about a potluck? Or what the hell is a potluck, bro? Are you talking about when people? Are you talking about when people bring stuff, right? And
and they eat it, and it's usually
that's called
food
a
they made.
potluck. It's called a potluck. Where'd you
Okay.
get a potluck from?
I mean, I just said, no, no.
So you said what you thought you heard.
Yeah. Because everybody I be around, they say a country. They say
That
a
boy
country.
said a potluck. What the fuck?
A potluck. A potluck.
The show is over. I'm going home because you're so serious. You serious as hell. Cause like, bro, you 25 years old and you thought people were saying a potluck? A potluck?
You ain't even saying it like how I said.
What you say?
I say potluck.
What the fuck is a potluck?
A potluck. Shut up. All right, shut up. That's just how I always said it. That's how I always said it.
So you said it real. So hold on. You said it real fast.
Okay, I didn't think he was gonna pick up the how I was doing it though. I didn't think he was gonna. Hold on.
Bruh,
Shut up.
bruh.
Shut up. You made me sick.
Oh God.
You made me sick.
This generation.
You made me sick.
This new kid.
You made me sick. You made me sick. I don't like you.
Boy, you done made my year. You done made my goddamn year. This boy said a potluck. What? What language is that, motherfucker? What language is that? It's called a potluck, dude.
It's called country black. All right?
No, bro.
That's country grammar.
Even country folks ain't never
That's
said
country
that
grammar.
potluck.
Man, you don't know what country
What
folks
the
say.
hell is a potluck,
You
bro?
don't know what country
Yo,
folks
he
say.
is so serious.
Why are you showing me?
Because, bro,
You don't have consent, sir.
wait a minute, bro. What is it called?
You don't have consent, sir, and I don't like this.
Bro,
I feel
bro,
judged.
what is it called?
A potluck.
Oh my God, boy, you ain't never gonna say nothing else ever again,
Don't throw your back out laughing though.
man. You ain't never got to talk again, bro. You have made my year. A potluck.
A potluck.
Where the hell did you get that from?
It's just how I heard it. Hey, look, I don't want to be judged by nobody because folks say sausage when they say sausage. You feel me?
No,
They-
that's not.
They say sausages. They
At
say
least that's
strawberry. They say screet. Like I don't want to do that with you,
a potluck,
bro. It's just my little country thing, man.
bro. Ain't nobody in my. I'm 54 years old.
And you
I ain't never
country.
heard of potluck.
You ain't country.
Your ass ain't either. You was born in the city.
No, man.
Where you born?
No. Well, yeah, I was born in Birmingham. But
So you born in the city.
But I hanged around Springville a whole
so
bunch
is your
of
mama
times.
on here? Do y'all say a potluck at home, mama? Jay.
We don't do that at home.
Exactly. So Jay, where he get a potluck from?
Bruh, we don't potluck at home.
Don't nobody potluck anywhere. Ain't no such word. Ain't no such thing. Ain't no such thing as a potluck.
Shut up, Joe. Because you making me feel away.
Yeah, you should. You should. This is that Birmingham education at its finest.
I graduated from Hoover though.
Again, you graduated with what you thought you heard.
Man, I ain't never had to say potluck at Hoover.
Boy, this boy said a potluck. Okay.
We ain't finna do this. This ain't the show.
We never did it. I'm done.
This ain't the show.
I don't want to talk about nothing else today. You have made my year. This boy said a potluck. But okay, I don't even know how we got there, but y'all, welcome into the Joe Lockett Show. The next time you want to have some people bring some stuff to your house and tell them to bring their own food, y'all tell them we're going to have a potluck at my house on Friday at 6 o'clock and see how many people come and know what the hell to do. Oh, boy. All right, y'all. It's 20 minutes after. No, it's okay, bro.
No, shut up. I don't care. That's how I said it.
I get it, dog. And you should be embarrassing yourself like you feel like right now. You really should be embarrassed, bro.
I'm not.
Hold on. Here's the thing. You're trying to say it real fast so we can act like you know what you're saying. Like you know what the hell we talking about.
You picked up on the potluck, sir. Huh? You picked up on the polyphone.
Right. You said a potluck. Because I'm trying to figure out what the hell you said.
Yeah.
We talking about bringing some of the dinner to the house. She said, but the way you said it, bro, you're like, when they bring the potluck to the house, No, hold on. You said, you have a potluck. When people come to the house and stuff, they bring their own food.
Bring food.
He said, bring their own food. They have a potluck, bro. And he just said it real fast. I'm like, what the hell is he saying? Then he said, a potluck. A potluck. It's a potluck. It's a potluck, bro. That's why they call it potluck.
Yeah,
because you get lucky.
Now it don't feel right saying potluck.
All right, guys. 21 minutes after the hour.
That make everything hurt. I don't like it.
That was good. Thank you for that. I needed that today. All right.
Screw you, Joe.
Lady J. I'm with you. I'm crying over him. Seriously, y'all. This boy.
I don't know why it's that funny.
Because you fuck up words. Because you will butcher the English language, right? In your own way, whenever you feel like, and we have no idea when it's coming, right? I'm not gonna lie, because before I thought you'd be trying to do this shit, but you be so damn serious. You be like, for real, this is the way you be pronunciating words, right? So I'd be like, damn, I thought you were good. You've been going good for a while, and then you just came out the bag of potluck. Shaw, he was dead serious. He was dead for 25 years. That boy thought potluck was a potluck for real.
First off, I ain't really dealt with that for 25 years. I ain't never went to none of them for real. I can count on my hand how many times I've been to something.
But you thought you was going to a potluck when you did go.
Look,
when you count on your hands, you thought you was going to a potluck. Mama, we can go to that potluck. We can go to that potluck, mama. We got to be. All right, guys, let's get on with the show. We got entertainment news today, bro.
No.
Oh, he mad now, y'all. He big mad.
We don't. We ain't got no news. We ain't got no news to get to, man.
He ain't gonna even do the news today. That's bad. Because you're mad because you can't be mad because of your idiocracies that you have, bro. We can't be mad because of that. You know what I'm
saying? I'm not even sure that's a word.
Idiocracy is a word.
All right.
You want to do it's a better word than a potluck.
Nah, whatever. Whatever.
All right, guys. It's 2 or 3 minutes after the hour. We was talking about this. I do want to mention this, that the young man that was he wasn't even alive. He was his life was taken.
Marcellus Williams.
Yeah, Marcellus Williams is no longer with us. They say he was innocent. Do you think he was innocent?
No, he was innocent.
How do you know? Because he was found guilty in the court of law. How do you know he was innocent?
They found him guilty with no evidence. That's the whole point.
So how did they find him?
Because
I don't know.
when they were doing his retrials and stuff over the years, and he's not that young. He was pretty old, but he been in jail for years. And during all of the multiple retrials and them trying to, you know what I mean, re-debate because they noticed that things wasn't lining up to why is he the one that's in jail? And ever since, every time he put up the retrial, or you know what I mean, I forget the other part where they have to go through the process, appeal.
Yeah,
he either got rejected, they didn't give him too much of the time of day, and this was for years, and there was a whole bunch of folks building cases like, yo, this is not lining up. Attorneys coming out of the woodworks, yo, this is not right. Y'all have this man in here for no reason. Literally, all of the evidence do not point to him, and you have him here for no reason.
Wow.
And
thank you, lady.
It got to the point where the NAACP got involved, other big prominent figures, black and white, like they were all involved. And during the latter half, the NAACP tried to throw their own appeal in there to ask the court, you know what I mean, Missouri. Yeah. There's like, yo, please do not execute this man, and you know you don't have the evidence by the court of law to do that. Okay. And shoot, I think if I'm not mistaken, and y'all had to quote me on that, Carmela and Joe Biden, other prominent folks like that were vice president. Oh, I said it wrong.
Yes.
Oh, Kamala. I was doing good because I was rolling it off.
Yeah, but you.
Kamala Harris. But even still, her and Biden, they was sending off the appeal. Yo, do not do this.
Right.
This is not right. And it all went on deaf ears.
I have them out, ladies.
It all went on deaf ears and stuff like that. And he ended up getting executed.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I ain't really want to Debbie down it.
Yeah. But, you know, I know I remember it, but I don't remember it. So, yeah, you know, he's no longer here for, if he was innocent or guilty, well, I guess we'll never know.
Unfortunately.
We'll never know.
Well, I mean, we can still figure it out, but at the same time, he's not here to see that justice. So.
I don't know everything about that case, so I'm not going to go into it, but I do know for the last, 72 hours has been a bit whoop-de-woo. Yeah. News that people were talking about. Also, y'all, today, you know, the Keith and Joe show, it was really good. But I want to get into the show today because nephew said that's really, you know, we'll be regurgitating the entertainment news, and we hate doing that on the show unless it's important. So the stuff that's talking about is the Diddy and, you know.
Yeah, it's the
same old stuff. It's nothing like
because Suge Knight then came out to start talking, and
we don't want. And I told him I'm tired of talking about Diddy on the show for real. There's so many different things you can throw out, but you know we're tired of that. So we're not doing that there on the show. But anyway, I want to get into the topics. It is Hump Day. Denise is not here. She's spending time with her family today. But I want to talk about this, nephew. This is for men and women. I want y'all to help us out. So I've been thinking, man, you know, being back into the dating force, thinking about getting out there and men dating.
Okay.
Do you want a good woman? Because women always say, I want a good man. I need a good man. I want me a good man. I was going to do it on the women, but I decided, you know, let's just use men on this topic today on a Wednesday because Denise is not here.
Okay.
So it's going to be us. So I need to ask men out there. This is to the Joe Lockett Show, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Okay. You know, TikTok. When you're dating or when you get in the dating field and you want a woman, nephew, do you want a good woman?
Yeah. Yeah, I would like to think so. I do. Yeah.
Do the men really want a good woman? Because women say they want a good man, but do men really want a good woman? Think about what I'm saying before you answer. Think slowly, because it is a trap falling for you. I'm letting you know that now.
Okay.
So women say when they're dating, they want a good man. Do men actually really want a good woman?
Okay. I mean, I'm still saying, yeah, it's not really too much changing.
Tanya said, I want a man after God owned his heart. Tanya, you ain't gonna never find that dude. Damn.
God. No. Hey, wait, you said she ain't never gonna find that?
That's hard to find. It's hard to find a dude that God to own his heart, bro. It's hard to find a dude that God owned his heart, that he like gave his whole life up to Jesus, and he living by the Bible.
It's not that hard. If you in the church and stuff like that,
just because you're in the church doesn't mean God own your heart.
No,
that mean
it
you
don't.
Go to church.
It don't. But that's it, you got an easier crop to find it through.
No, hell you don't.
Yeah, you do.
No, you don't. I'm gonna say some of the worst places you go find a good man is at church or a good woman.
No,
bruh.
That we ain't finna do that.
I ain't want to get into the blasphemy today. I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah, we don't do that.
I don't want to do that
because that's not entirely true. That's not entirely true.
I'm gonna be happy for you, Tanya. Let me know when you find that man, I'm praying for you that it does happen. That God owns his heart and he's into the church. And like there are men that are into the church and into the Bible. I just don't know. I'm just being honest. I know guys who believe in the Bible. They're good. They're decent, good dudes. But God owns his heart and he living his life like that for real, all the way through. No, I don't know none of them. God. You know some people like that?
I do.
Some men.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't. I ain't gonna sit here and lie. I know some really good dudes, but God own their heart.
No. I mean, it go back to what you say for other stuff. Hey, who you surround yourself with.
Have you ever thought about taking a vacation to? Okay, that's somebody probably trolling.
Okay.
Nobody's perfect, but it can definitely happen. God can do anything. I believe and I'm with you, and I'm not poo-pooing on what you're saying. I'm just saying that's a little bit more difficult to find, bro. I'm just being honest. I'm not trying to be Debbie Downer. I'm just saying finding that guy she's talking about is tough to find because I'm gonna say a lot of those guys are already taken, and this new crop of guys that's out there and with the internet and everything is out there in front of us, bro. I'm just being honest. I believe nothing is hard for God when the guy is looking for God. When a guy really wants that and he ready to turn his life over to that. And there are a plethora of guys out there that's like that. Like I said, I am a pebble in the ocean when it comes to knowing the world. So I'm quite sure there is a plethora of guys out there. I just don't know them. That's all I'm saying. I don't know them.
Okay.
All right, guys. But this is so you said you want a good woman.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So when I thought about this question, when I was thinking about doing the topic for the show today,
okay,
I think it's different for men.
Why is it different?
Because I don't think most men care about if she's a good woman, like the women do. I don't think we put the emphasis right into is she a really good woman? Because what is our definition of a good? What do you say a good woman is?
One that is a motivator, patient, in tune with her emotions, feminine maturity, and lighthearted. I mean, I guess the obvious would probably be one that I'm attracted to.
Okay, so go along with me and talk this through with me. So most good men, right, may say they want a good woman, but they end up cheating with her with a fun woman.
Okay.
Right? Because women say most men cheat or they wind up cheating, right? They always cheating with the woman, right? That's not such a good woman. So that's when I asked the question, do a man really want a good woman? Because at the end of the day, right, I think men want a portion of the good woman, but they prefer the fun woman. The good woman is boring. The good woman is going to maintain the house, you know what I'm saying, and do things that a good woman does. That looks good to the man, right? But that's boring as hell for a lot of dudes. And that's not going to keep most dudes. The good woman.
That's not going to keep a greedy one.
Okay, so whatever you want to label the dude. I'm just saying do guys, do men, most men. And this is the real debate here on Wednesday. Do most men truly want a good woman, or do they want a fun woman that happen to be good?
That sound like a double negative to me. Because if she a fun woman that happen to be good, she's still a good woman. That still apply to her. It's not no difference from her being good and her being fun. If she applied to both sides, it's a good
Okay,
woman.
so what men normally do, right? The men that cheat, you'll see the wife, and she's wifey material. Tell me I'm lying now. The wife you see, she's wifey material. You look at, oh, that's his wife.
Okay.
But the woman he cheating with, don't even, if you look at her like, what the hell? Why her? But that's the woman he cheating with. That's the woman he out there having a good time with. The wifey, that ain't the one. Why is he out here with her? Because he'd rather be spending his time with her, and he'll show up with you. Now, this ain't me. This is just where y'all see it. Women done said it. And I'm saying, when you sit down and think about it, do the man really want a good woman in his life? Or do he want to seem like he wants the good woman, but when he get with the good woman, that's a boring life for him? And I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I think it's an awesome thing. But what I'm saying is, men get bored easily if their attention is not kept. And if he got a good woman, and I'm not saying all good women are boring, but what I'm saying is, that good woman that he got at home, why is he cheating? Because he's a dog. Why he's a dog? And why come he's not happy at home? Right? Because this woman over here is doing something that his wife will not do, and he already knew that when he married her. Okay. So I'm asking, do men really want a good woman?
First off, I can't get in the psyche of a greedy dude that know he can get stuff off on folks that he can manipulate. First off, this is a dude I wouldn't really socialize as an actual good dude, so I can't speak for him.
I didn't say he was a good dude. I said dude.
A dude. Okay.
Him I didn't say he was a good dude. No.
Him being a dude, but even those dudes can't speak for all of the other dudes.
No, they cannot.
And just because it's popular or it's seen a lot in either media or social media, don't mean it's all the way true for everybody in the field. That's something to be weary of, because it happens.
This is not applicable to everyone. I get what you're saying. But what I'm saying is, married men in committed relationships, right, are in other women's inboxes. They're flirting and talking to other women. And they have a good woman at home. And my question to you is, why are men that got good women doing this? So did he want the good woman? Do men really want a good woman or a woman?
He's probably taken with greed. I still look at that as greedy. That's not going to too much change it for me. He's still a greedy individual that has a good woman, and he knows he does.
So Mozart, you're right. You said, I'm saying, you said a good man. I said a man. I ain't said a good man. I said a man. I said men. Do men want a good woman? A good man that's looking and don't want. I ain't arguing that. But that's not what women are saying out here that are married to these men. Women are married men that they think that are good men. And what I'm saying is that he's a man and he wants a good, he portrays he wants a good woman. Good men, I agree with you, Mozart, would not cheat. I said a man. Like I said, this is a trap. I told y'all. Y'all gonna fall into it.
But Joe,
go ahead.
Cool. It's a trap. But if we saying a good man that whatever, or a man trying to find a good woman, if he was a good dude, he might not even end up with the good woman. And vice versa. The good woman might end up with one of the others.
I'm gonna say the good dude will wind up with a good woman more so than a good woman will wind up with a good dude.
I don't think so.
I believe so, bro.
No.
I believe so.
No, we see too many heartbreak fairy tales and so many
good
dudes
y'all
turn
let me
into
know.
the bad dudes.
Y'all on social media. Mozart, what is this trending mompreneur? Y'all tell me. Do y'all think a good man, which one would end up with the good person? A good woman would end up with a good man, or a good man would end up with a good woman? I'm gonna say a good man would find a good woman more so than a good woman would find a good man. And I believe that, because I think women have the idea of what they think a good man is, and he's not a good person. A man is a hunter by nature. He's gonna scope out the good woman, even though her her inaccessibilities, right? He knows she's short.
I'm surprised you saying this
Okay.
because you the same dude that said on the show, I'll be everything that this woman thinks she wants just to show her that I can get her.
Yeah, that's what
You
it used
don't,
to be.
Joe, you're not the only one that would think like that.
Okay, but
And you're not the only one that would practice that when in hunting mode.
uh-huh.
Again, cool. Let's say this.
Sure.
Because I still disagree. But
Okay.
let's have fun with it. You say that a woman would find a good dude more often than not. I say for how long she found this dude good.
No.
Because
I said
at
a
certain
man.
point,
I said a man would find a good woman more so than a woman would find a good man.
I thought you said it the other way
No,
around.
no,
Because
no,
I
no.
said a man would find
No.
a good woman a
No,
lot
the
less.
woman's gonna find the shit in her stick. Is basically what I'm saying. That's my point. A man will find a good woman, but it's tough for a woman to find a good man because I said the man is the hunter. So his instincts, he knows already what a woman will or not will do and won't do for the most part.
Okay.
A woman don't. She have an inkling, but she don't have the clue. You see what I'm saying? So she's assuming and hoping that her intuition is going to pay off for her. So that's why I say a woman will find harder to find a good man than a man will find it. Then again, a man can find a good woman. I think a man will find a good woman and abuse her and use her and lose her. See what I'm saying? Abuse her, use her, and lose her. A man will find a good woman, right? And mistreat her for something out there in the streets. A woman will have a good man, and he would think she got a good man when he was not a good man. It was something that she liked, and she was hoping and praying that he was going to be a good man, and he turned out to be. That's why I'm going with that. To that, you say what?
I guess I don't disagree. If you're talking along the lines, she gonna interact with the dude hoping that he's good, and then 8 times out of 10, she probably find out he not.
Okay, so Tanya. Okay, go ahead.
No, go for it.
Okay, so Tanya, I see you on the post today. Welcome to the show, baby girl. You're talking about God a lot, right? So what are you saying when we see so many divorces or so many breakup in these relationships, that the woman don't have God in her? She's not being guided? No, but everything she's saying is God. But a lot of these times, and I'm a God-fearing man, but only thing I'm saying here is
she's probably one of the women that have God lead for most of her decisions, or she prays and meditates about it. That's different from, because she's not portraying that. That's just what she practiced.
Let me ask you. So Tanya, I don't know you. You're new to the show. Are you married or are you single? God sends, but it's up to us what happens in the relationship. Okay. Says Queen. Hey, Queen, welcome to the show. So I'm asking Tanya on Facebook, Tanya Wilson 82. Absolutely, he is the head of my life. Okay, so are you married? So you saying your husband or God?
No, she talking about God.
Okay, so I'm asking Tanya, are you married? I'm single. Have you been married before and divorced? Never been married. Okay. I'm saying this with all due respect. How do you know?
What you mean?
What she's saying, right? Because if you've never been married, and I'm not judging, but you're saying what God can, will, and won't do. I got you.
That don't apply, because what I mean is she got ample right to talk, because this wasn't based around just centered marriage.
It wasn't.
Folks.
No, but what I'm saying is,
in a relationship period, if you have a relationship with anybody and you're coming into contact, and then it's built into something more, if you believe of the faith that God sends people in your life with a purpose, it could be a definite reason why she's not married yet in her own choice.
And that part I agree with.
Might not feel like that's God's purpose. You feel me?
Yeah. And that part I do understand. But what I'm saying is, when you're speaking of in the realm of marriage, right? It's kind of tough to speak in the realm of marriage if you just have an idea of what it is, because it's an idea at this point. You believe in God. Yeah, you believe God gonna bring two people together.
But Joe, that's kind of similar to somebody saying, "Oh, well, why you have this type of view on marriage or whatever it is," and they'll say that you felt at it twice. that would be still unfair.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it would.
No, it's not. If someone asks me what do I tell about what I feel about marriage and what because I failed, I can tell you why I failed. I tried. I was in it. See, for me, I can talk about it because I was in the game. But if she's talking about, and I respect everything she's saying because I believe she's right. If two people, let me say this for Tanya on the show, I believe she's absolutely right. If God is in it and both of the people on the same page as God, there's no denying that that's going to work. I agree with what she's saying, the premise. But I'm saying she don't know because you've never done it before.
I mean,
so again, once you get into the marriage, right?
I don't like that because
no, but hold on. Because when a woman, this is the reason why I'm gonna say this. When a woman gets with a man and she believes God has brought that man to her and she believes God is in their relationship, right? Sometimes God is not in that relationship.
Okay.
And what happens is that relationship doesn't work. You learn from trial and error when that happens. That's why people get divorced these days, right? So what I'm saying is the premise of what she's saying, 1,000% Tanya's right when both people are. What I'm saying is she does not know at this point because she's going off her faith, but also she have her woman intuition. And the woman that she the woman that she is, whoever she get, she's hoping and praying that that's going to be the man God sent to her. She's not going to know until she get into the marriage.
That's just faith, though, Joe.
That's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. It's tough for her and for anybody to say, okay, well, that's what God brought us together. Because when you stand in front of them, I've been married twice, and when you stand in front of there, they said God bring you together, and that ain't always true.
But
that ain't always true.
There's key factors as to why that's not always true. There was something that either one of y'all did that led into more.
That's
flesh.
what I'm saying.
But Joe,
but your faith,
that's not for us to call.
No,
that's not for us to call.
But that's why I'm being very careful in what I'm saying, and I'm not denigrating Tanya in her faith and her opinion because I agree with what she's saying. What I'm saying is she doesn't know until she get into it, because when you get into it, the premise on the God part, she's absolutely right. She's right.
Okay.
The premise on you actually being in it and doing it, right? You don't know what God has brought to you until you get into it, because you can tell yourself this is why God did. This man can sit in church every Sunday and be able to cheat on you every day. What I'm saying is you don't know until you get into it.
Two things. That's the faith that is at work at that point.
Mm-hmm.
And
I agree with you, Tanya.
That is it moving through its process.
Right.
For all of that, you're not gonna know until it's hindsight done. That's the whole point of then reliving it. But in the midst of it, that could be still the reason why you go through it. It could still be the purpose of it.
So what I'm saying is I am not going on the show today on the national airwaves and saying she's wrong. What I'm saying is, if you haven't been through it, all the women that have been through it and got it wrong, they would sit here and tell you, bro, what I'm saying. They would sit here and tell you, I thought he was that. They believe that God brought that person to them. And they stood in front of the church and said, and the pastor said, priest, Buddha, whatever your religion was, God brought y'all together. And everybody in that church saying, amen, and thought they brought it together. And that was the worst dude in the world.
But Joe, if they really about the faith for real, they would know if it did go wrong, that it was other stuff in play that wasn't God.
But that's what I'm
and then you would have the accountability for that.
But that's what I'm saying. You're not going to know if you haven't been through it. That's the only point I'm talking about. If you're talking about on the God part of if the guy is God led and the woman is God led, the relationship is gonna work.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is the woman herself, her intuition, her emotions, right? Her intuition, her emotions, elf with her faith.
But Joe,
and I'm telling you, I'm just being honest. It clouds her judgment.
But you know what's crazy? You know what's gonna be on a health kick or not the religion kick. But Joe, that same thing that you saying right there could be applied to what you talking about with dudes. You don't know until it's hindsight. You don't know until you're dealing with the person that might not be a good dude, or that might not be a good woman. You know what I mean? It's going to be in hindsight, period. It's what you do after reviewing and looking at actions past rose-colored rose tinted glasses.
Right.
You feel me? You have to go through it and learn the person and see, oh, was this something I was ignoring? Was this something I was just accepting? Or was it something that I was, you know what I mean, either taking for granted or ignoring? That's stuff that builds these people to do those things to you, to be applied as a good or a good man or a good woman. You have to look at the actions too. And
so let me ask you this question, Tanya. How do you wait on the Lord and know that the Lord sent you that man? How do you know that that's the man that the Lord sent you and the other women didn't? That was God led. And I only challenge you this because, like I said, everything you're saying is God, 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 God. And I'm not mad at it because I believe in God. You know what I'm saying? That is my Savior, Jesus Christ. He's done so many great things for me. And I'm with you. But what I'm saying is God is perfect. But how do you know that God sent you that man? You believe, that's your faith, but you don't know that man until you get with him. Because your intuition, right? Your innate ability that God gave you, you got a feeling, but that's your emotions. Is God talking to you or is your emotions talking to you? You don't know. And I'm telling y'all, most women don't know until you do it. And when you do it, you feel, I was led by something else. When you felt it was God and you told yourself it was God. I don't know how that worked for women, but I'm sure these women on this timeline on what we're reading right here was believe say the same thing. Because I don't think no woman that got God in them, that got married in church, that go to church every Sunday, said that the guy I married was the wrong damn guy. He was not God led. Lady J, I just kind of looked at her and said, guess what? The guy I was with was in church every Sunday. So you can't tell me Lady J said the guy that she was with, that she didn't believe he was God led. For whatever reason, that wasn't the case. I don't know her situation. So what I'm saying is, if God is in that man, if God is in that woman 100%, without any of your intuitions or any of your thought processes, yes, the marriage will work because God has his hands on it. But what human beings think they got their hands on and what you think God has sent you, sometimes God didn't send that to you. Sometimes God sent him to test you or test him. You don't know which one it is. It's up to you to have that discernment or go through the trial and error and figure it out. Let's be honest now. I'm not a Bible thumper. I don't sit on the front row every Sunday, but I'm saying this at the end of the day. You don't know what the hell God has sent you. How they say wolf in sheep clothing? And you accept that sometimes because that's what you want that to be. And I would not get on this thing to say that women that believe in God, that got with guys, that they should have known. They didn't. Their intuition, the love for that man, the actions that he did, right, led them to believe that he was that when he wasn't. It's all I'm saying. But I do believe, let me reiterate this again because I haven't read all the comments yet. Okay, I know people going in on me, but I believe if God is in the man, God without human beings, and God is in the woman, I believe that relationship, that marriage will work 1,000%. I'm saying as a man and as a woman, we don't know until you go through it. And it's hard to say to people like, if God sent you the person and God going to do this, right, everything is going to be okay. If you hadn't been through it, it's kind of hard for me on the outside to listen to you.
I don't see why.
Okay.
Because God's going to send anybody to you if you believe that.
Uh-huh.
And it's going to apply.
You're right, Tony. I am.
It's going to imply in only areas that you and God know.
Mm-hmm.
Like, God, give me a good woman, or she be like, God, give me a good man. In the areas that you know you want this good person in, he's going to give it to you. Now, I agree. Maybe it is a test. Maybe this is to show you something, to show you right. Hey, what if this was delivered to you? How would you handle it? But then at that point, that goes to more the free will that he gave you, the discernment and the decision making that he gives all humans.
Exactly.
If that's what you believe.
Yeah.
And with that, now it's on you. It was given to you. The gift was there, but it could turn into a curse depending on how you handle it, because you're not just handling a thing. You're not just giving something without no reason. And if you handle it the wrong way, you could turn your blessing into a curse somewhere. You can turn a good thing that you had into something that you never should have touched. But that goes based off of how you handle it, how it's given to you, how you nurture it, and where you grow to. That's part of the faith that you have in it. That's why I'm like, I don't see why it's so bad to look at it like that, because for me, it still sounds like, oh, well, you ain't never had a good relationship, so how can you tell folks about a good one?
You can't.
No,
You
but
can't.
but
You
Joe,
can't.
Joe,
If you ain't had a good relationship, you can't tell me what a
Joe,
good relationship is.
Joe, then that would,
Bullshit.
if you think that's the truth, then that would apply to you. And I'll say,
I've
no, it
been in
don't.
good relationships and bad relationships. I done told you the good and bad and ugly.
Joe,
where I messed up at.
Joe,
I
Joe,
can tell
but
you
you're
about a
still
relationship
single.
that I've done.
But you're still single.
But because
That's hold on. That's
because
going to
I
be
screwed up.
That's going to be the response either way,
No.
whether you screwed up
Okay,
or
but
you
I
got
can tell
done
you-
wrong.
but I can tell you why it
You
wasn't
can,
good.
You can tell me why.
A
but
person
you,
that ain't never been through it can't
Joe,
tell me shit.
Joe, that don't mean that they never had a relationship before.
No.
Like I said, this
Hold
is
on, which one we
relationship.
gonna do?
This is not marriage. That's why I kept telling you in the beginning.
Okay.
This is not centered on just marriage, because you asked me, whoa, do you really want a good woman when you out here dating? Dating to relationships to marriage. That's where it all goes to.
Okay.
So it's applicable to every case. That's why
Okay.
I was like, I can't just hear her and don't take it resonating, because maybe she had a relationship in the midst of, and she saw the signs that God placed there. And
Okay.
now I know I have discernment not to choose this.
But she don't know.
No, Joe,
She
if it
don't
don't, hold
know.
on, Joe, if it don't apply to you, then no, you're
but
not
bruh,
gonna take
bruh,
that.
bruh, but no.
What do you mean?
Hold on.
Joe,
How do we know
you
she's
the
right?
man, you the man,
How did you know she's right?
Joe, because if it's something that you prayed for and it's in your faith, there are signs where it don't align.
Okay.
It's just that simple.
But what
it's
I'm
just
saying,
that, it's nothing to overthink on.
no,
it's just that simple.
No, it's not that simple.
Yes, it is.
Bro, we didn't pass on good things that was good, and we passed on because we didn't like it.
Because of decisions, and you
That's
chose.
that's what you do.
Joe, hold on. Don't say it applies or that's what you do because you chose, and you'll say decisions on that, but you're not giving light to the decision that you have if you did see something and didn't accept it. That's the same thing.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. Joe,
I
how is that
disagree.
not the same?
I disagree.
Joe, you crazy. How is that not the same? Both of those are still decisions. You just have one that's aligned with your faith versus your feelings.
Okay.
Those
both of them
those are not the same.
Okay, so
they are not.
Okay, so I'm gonna say this here. I truly believe that when people are into the Bible and they're led and God fearing, right?
Okay.
They tell themselves, and it is, they're God led, right?
Okay.
They're God fearing. So if you choose to do something or don't choose to do something, you're going to say it's because of God.
I guess she want to see me.
Huh?
She said, can she see me?
Okay.
Hey, how you doing?
Okay, so because this is because of God, right? You said this is because of God. That's your rationale behind it. Okay. So when you make that rationale, say, I'm making this decision because this is what God telling me to do or not to do. God give you choice, right? The last choice is yours. You put it on him. You don't know if that person was right for you or not right for you. You felt that, but you still went with the human choice. Your faith said that that's not the right person for you, but you don't know whether that person was because you never didn't try it. That's all I'm saying. Because if you get with somebody, you don't get with somebody, the end choice is yours. That dude could be a really good dude, but you look at him and hold on, this is what I'm saying. He could be not your type, right? But you would say that that's God. That's not what God sent to me. God would send me something better. You see what I'm saying?
But Joe, hold on. If you're leading through the flesh, it's going to leak out. Cool. You said maybe he's still a good guy, but he's not your. He might not be the type for the woman.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I'm not going to argue that point because a lot of people do that. My response to you is, if you're really leading by the faith that you have, most of what you believe in will be given to you.
Yes.
Hold on. So when it's all aligning, it will all align.
So what does that say about all the people that felt it was all aligned and it didn't work out?
Then it wasn't all aligned. It didn't work out because there was something that you believed or that you had the faith in that didn't always align, and usually you kind of ignored it. So this is what I'm saying. So when I see people that are like Tanya, that is God fearing, right, and put all things through God,
I see when I look at their life, and I don't know her. Just I'm going by people that I know have the similar conversations that I've been around, right? That they're looking for a certain type of guy that lives a certain type of life, that's driven a certain way, right? And when I look at them, and this is me just judging by what you see, right?
Yeah.
They still looking through a rose-colored lens, because you're still making a human decision on faith. Your faith comes, you have faith in this, but it comes through rose-colored lenses. I guess it's the best way I can say it, because you never know what God has for you, right? Until you go through it. And I'm a witness to this. You don't know what God got for you until you go through it. God put people and things in your life for a reason. God don't send you all the right answers all the time. God don't make life perfect for you all the time.
But that's a superficial way of looking at it. Because
faith is superficial until you believe in it, bro.
Joe, it's not.
Okay.
No, it's not. That's a superficial way of looking at it, because that's trying to give it a human concept. If you
that
really
is the human concept.
But Joe, if you really about the faith, then you know it's more towards the divine. And I can speak to that point, but I know faith, how it's described in church, faith is completely separate from other habitual habits or stuff that you go about like that.
And let me interject right here. When you say what you're saying, your answer is yes. But when God put things in front of you, right?
There's hold on, it's things in front of you. And the reason why I say it's superficial, everything that he put in front of you, you're right. It's not always good, and it's never bad. It's things that from your decisions.
And you have to grow. Sometimes people, have you ever heard this thing where some people say that?
But that don't mean it's not for a reason.
No,
that's what I'm saying.
No, but let me ask you this question. Have you ever heard that some people, God sends some people your way for a season, reason and a season? I've heard this in church, right?
Yeah.
Everybody's not meant to be there for a lifetime. Everybody's not meant to be there for a lifetime, right? Yeah. Sometimes you may be with somebody or marry somebody or meet somebody, right? That teaches you something that's going to make you be all it needs to be for your life, to change your whole life, right? But you and that person would not work out. Y'all won't be together. You see what I'm saying? I can say that for both of my ex-wives, right? My first wife, I would not be the man I am today of giving and loving if she was not put into my life. And you would have asked me, was she's God-fearing and me God-fearing? And I thought yes, hell yes. But we both had some growing to do. Okay. We both believed in God, but we grew different as people. It wasn't that we didn't believe in God, but as two people, we just grew apart. That wasn't God's fault. We just grew in different directions. So that's what I'm saying. When God comes into the marriage, or marriage happens, because it worked, it didn't work, don't mean that God is still not in it. But you can grow apart and still be good. Okay. I can say that for my first wife and my second wife. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
When it comes to cheating or whatever, that ain't always the case. Sometimes you just don't see eye to eye anymore. That's not God. That's just y'all. But you still both God-fearing, good God people. But that marriage will not work.
Then Joe, you saying the same thing I am.
So that's what I'm saying. You can't say.
But you just saying you saying the same thing pessimistically. If you having faith, then you're saying it with a lot more optimism than that. We're saying the same thing.
Okay.
But if you're having faith and you're acting through that faith, you have optimism that you will meet exactly what you prayed for, or exactly what you're flexing that faith with.
And that don't mean it will work. And it don't mean it will always work.
But that doesn't mean that it wasn't given to you.
Yes,
that's the other part.
But it doesn't mean. Joe, but what I'm saying is, you're right, nephew. Not arguing your point. But what I'm saying is to Tanya and to you, it don't mean always that it's going to work out perfectly for y'all.
But if you like it like me and Tanya,
okay,
you're not expecting it to.
She is.
No, you're not. No, she's not. That's not what she said with that. She said God will give me a good man. She didn't say that he's going to be perfect.
Right. She didn't say he's going to be perfect. She did not.
She said a good man. A good man is never finna do everything to the T perfectly.
Right.
There's going to be growing pains, just like how it would be with a good woman. She's going to mess up, but you know what that didn't say? That didn't say she was a bad woman.
No.
That just said that she messes up the human side. But in doing that doesn't dub her unfit or ungood or whatever it is.
And I never said that.
But no,
I never said that.
But that's what I'm telling you.
I never said that.
Just because you pray for that or that you believe in faith that will come, don't mean that it's said that you'll have no problems.
No.
Or that you won't go through some growing pains.
No, what I'm saying
or y'all might not split apart.
But what? No, I never said that about her.
No, I'm only answering your point where you were saying,
but we talking about
that don't mean that mean everything gonna be perfect.
But what I'm saying, we talking
folks
about
that believe that don't.
No, but what I'm saying about
Tanya
is, if you haven't walked through the doors of matrimony,
but you did with relationships.
Relationships you can talk about.
Matrimony is the
different,
the top.
So
that's where it grows to, though, Joe.
Joe,
you're not just marrying nobody on the whim.
No, but what, like I always say, if you can't tell me how to bench 405 if you never benched it.
Okay, but you have to get on. Hold on, but Joe, to get to 405, you also have to get to 3. You also got to get to the 2s. You have to start benching the bar.
But you have to bench the bar, but you have to be in the game.
Joe,
right?
Of
course. So again, and I'm gonna say this.
Hold on, but you ain't getting to no 2 or no 3 if you're not in the game.
But okay, so anybody that's been married before and anybody that's dating, is there a difference?
There's a difference.
There's a huge difference,
Joe. But marriage is not the beginning, though.
No, it's not. But
there was something you had to get into a relationship and engage to get to the marriage.
You're absolutely right. But when you get into a marriage, still is a different level that you have to become. Is all I'm saying. To get to marriage and to get to somebody getting engaged, right? You have to get in the game.
But Joe, we never started with marriage as the benchmark.
No, we didn't. No,
so I'm not gonna put that on her.
No,
that wasn't the benchmark. No, she's not telling us how to get married.
No, when she started saying that's when I said God would bring the person. You know, when I asked her about that's why I asked about marriage, because that's what we went to. About the relationship part, I'm with you all day. I'm with you all day when it comes to relationships. When it comes to marriage, that's different. God for you to get into the game and then for you to get married, you're going to have faith. But I'm going to say 9 times, 8 times, or 7 times out of 10. Even though you're one of the most faithful, believing person in the world, your human intuition is going to take over. Okay. When you get married. Right? Okay. Because you're human. You're not God. Only God can be God. Okay. So when you get married, yes, you're going to have that faith. And I think every woman or man that got married had the faith that they was marrying the right person. And if they wanted to believe their man was God-fearing, they believe that.
I like to believe that.
Right? So I'm not going to poo-poo on the people that marriage did not work out. Only thing I'm saying is what they saw in their 1 year, 2 year, 5 years dating course of their relationship to engagement, right? And these are smart people. When they got married, things changed. So the faith could have been there. That person could be a faithful, God-fearing person. Y'all just don't see eye to eye no more.
Okay.
God is not in that part of your relationship. That's the human part when you're married. Just because you could be married to somebody, bro, and I'm gonna say this: y'all both can be married and read the Bible and believe the Bible in 2 different things. Read the same Bible verse and believe it in a different way.
Okay.
That can cause a problem in a relationship.
Okay.
And that's what happened when it comes to marriage, because now marriages, you can't go anywhere.
I mean, that can become a problem if you make it be. But I got you.
But a lot of people do. That's why I said I've seen good men that are God-fearing and good women that are God-fearing that don't make it.
But that might not have been the good person for them.
Thank you. That's it. That's all I'm saying.
But I told you before that we were saying the same thing.
Yeah. So like I said, for me, that's all I'm saying, right? Because God is in it does not mean that that's the person for you.
And that's why I was like, that's a pessimistic way of viewing it.
But that's the truth. Both people can be God-fearing. Both people can be.
That's a single person truth. So I can't speak on that.
Well, I've been married before, so I can.
But that don't, Joe, you keep making a marriage. Oh my God. Why
because
you keep making
because that's the ultimate goal, right? To get married. And so when you marry somebody,
yes, hold on. But it's just like how you said about the benching 400. If I am entertaining somebody or I'm growing with somebody, why is the first thing on my mind just marriage? That's down the line, especially if it's the person that I want. That's you rushing shit.
But by the time you get to 300, though, you want to bench 4. By the time
you do.
But
guess what? You didn't seen the increase. You didn't went through trying to bench that 150 to get that to that 200. That's what I'm saying with the growing part, Joe. That's why I was like, you keep saying, "Oh, I can't hear that from you," and you looking at the marriage point because you there. She's looking at the relationship point because she wants to get there. She still has an idea of what she wants to marry, Joe. Or to do. They still have an idea of what they want to marry. No, have they married yet? They have not. But even folks that married had an idea to a point. Even if you was walking down that aisle, you seen a mental image of what your wife or your husband was gonna be.
Yeah.
You had an image, so you had something to strive towards. Other folks ain't just jumping to that image all the way. I have to grow. I have to make sure this is something that I don't want to lose.
I agree.
I got to make sure that this fits for me. And if I didn't get to the marriage point, but I had a lot of relationships where I can call out, this don't fit and it don't align with my faith, then yes, I can make that decision and still have the wherewithal to say, yo, man, if God gives it to you, he will give it to you in the way because I'm practicing it.
Let me ask you this question. So if you go through life and you never find that person,
that's between you and God.
But I'm asking, so what would you say?
But that part I can't speak to.
Okay,
but there will be things in line to why it is like that.
Because this is what I say when I see these things, right? And again, this is just me, my opinion. When things are God led, God put it on your heart. God put it on your mind.
Okay.
God brings everything to every man and every woman at some point in your life, right?
Okay.
The perfect situation has walked across your path at some point in your life. Within your 75 or 85 years of life, at some point, right, what you asked for was right there in front of you.
That's to the person. That's
yes,
why I said that's why I say I can't speak to that.
No, again, you can't. We can't speak. I can't speak to nobody on that. Only thing I can say is that I know it's true.
Yes,
I know it's true because I've witnessed this myself.
Shoot, I believe you probably have more than one of them.
Right. So this is what I'm saying. When you ask God for certain things and you yourself say, okay, well, this wasn't God led or this wasn't God's will,
that would be a lie.
That part. Because I truly believe in your lifetime of living, when you pray and you're faithful to God, he's going to give you what you ask for. But what does always happen? It's not the way you ask for it. But he gives it to you. It comes across your path, right?
Yeah.
The faith it's there, but it didn't come in the form of what you thought it would come in, and so you missed it. It's my only thing. Everybody, and this is just me, everybody gets their prayer answered from God. Everybody. But if it's not in the form that you wanted to be in, we say as human beings, and I'm not talking about Tanya now, we say as human beings, God ain't brought me what he want me to have. And sometimes we've already missed the blessing.
Okay.
Right?
I ain't arguing that.
So that's what I'm saying when it comes to people and saying, well, God, gonna give you and line up everything. Sometimes God has not already lined it up for you and you missed it because of the human part of you. Your faith is strong as hell, but you still got your human part of you that will make you miss your blessing. That's the only point I'm making for anybody. Because I believe in God all day. You know I talk about God all day. I'm a heathen. God's still working on my black ass. But if anybody can believe in God for 22 years, what just happened to me, I am a believer all damn day long about God.
Oh, my God.
Exactly. Oh, my God. But your boy believe in God. You know what I'm saying? I love me some God. But I understand that I am a man. I make mistakes. And I do want things to be in the way I want them to be and then accept my blessings at the same time too. So this is not going towards Tanya. And I wish Tanya the best in everything she's doing. But what I'm saying is when we're talking about this situation, when we're talking about God and God fearing and God going to line everything up, sometimes God will line everything up for you and you missed it.
But I love how, shout out EB, how she just said it. It's like asking God for cake and he sends you flour, sugar, buttermilk, and etc.
That part. Yeah.
But
That part.
it's all of what you need. It's just not applied in the way
Exactly.
You want it.
So
But I'm not. But I agree with you on
you
that.
see what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Don't say that God gonna send you something and you gonna know it when it happens. All I'm saying. Sometimes God already sent that person and you sent them away because you said they wasn't God fearing, or you said they wasn't God led, but they were.
Again, and I'm with you. That's all pertaining towards the person.
That's it.
How they believe and their faith on what they believe.
Yeah. And that's the only point that I'm making, that when people say these things, and again, I'm not talking about Tanya, I'm just talking about in general now. When we're talking about these situations, right? Be very careful when you are saying certain things, because faith is works. Faith is belief, but faith is also going through the trial and error, because sometimes you need to grow. Even though you may be saying as a person, I need God, or God gonna send me. Sometimes your ass need to grow. Sometimes you need to be better, and God got to send somebody to make you better before you can actually be what you're saying, because you're not what you think you may need to be. You may not be that. Have you ever met those people that God fearing, but you look at them real close and they be like, whoa. But if they talk a good game. I ain't talking about Tanya. I'm talking about in general. They can quote you every Bible scripture. They be in church every Sunday. But if you look at them, bro, you're like, whoa, wait a minute. You can understand why. Because like I said, at the end of the day, to me, ain't nobody perfect that walked across this earth but Jesus. Our faith can be strong as hell. You can be who you are, get baptized, sit in the church, but you still going to have the human element, which is going to make you fallible. Right? And you're going to make mistakes. And that's life. And it's okay to make those mistakes. It's going through the trials and tribulations, whether it's divorce, whether it's through a great relationship or a bad relationship. It's all about your faith and believing that you're growing through the process. And I've realized that for my life, I needed my first wife and my second wife to get to who I am today. Without them, I don't think I would have reached this guy. It would have been something different. Without that experience, I would not be this guy today. And I'm very proud of this guy today. But that's attributed to my first wife and my second wife. The good, bad, ugly, and different. And so I believe that I couldn't have got that experience if I didn't go through those things with those women. And I would hope to say that those women will probably say the same thing about their life with me.
Hopefully.
You know what I mean? So when you go through the trials and tribulations, even though God brings you with that person, it doesn't mean, in my humble opinion, that it will always end up the way you want it to be, but I believe it will make you a better person for your end of your journey. The people you started with and the people Jesus started with, he didn't end up with. He ended up on that cross by himself with none of the people that he was actually rocking with. The people he rocked with was sitting beside him on that cross. He was there by himself. Think about that now. No, he wasn't with the people that was rocking with him. The 12 disciples, it wasn't 12 crosses up there. No, it was 3.
That's not the part I'm talking about.
Okay, but what I'm just saying is at the end of the day, everybody had to adhere to their own faith with their own decisions. Right. And I'm not a Bible theologist, so I'm not going to try to get into all of that stuff, because that ain't my strong suit. But what I'm saying is what I take from it, and I look at these different things, is I have to be accountable for the choices I make. And I think God put people in my life. Let me rephrase that. I don't think God sent anybody in my life that's not meant for me to go through. Let me say that. I don't think God put anybody in Joe Lockett's life.
Real quick.
Sure.
Because I just saw it.
Sure.
It.
Go ahead.
We gonna send prayers out to you, Miss D. We hope we hope everything go good. She said her mom just went into major surgery 15 minutes ago. So
prayers out to you,
Miss D. We sending
prayers out from the Joe Lockett Show, baby girl. Don't know what's going on, but everybody in our chat, wherever you are, send up some praying hands to D's mom that's in surgery right now. Let's do that.
Yeah.
Let's show respect for that, y'all. Let's go ahead. All 34 people in this chat, let's send prayers up to D's mom right now. Let's stop the show and make sure we do that for D's mom.
I just saw it. I was like, we're everybody sending prayer. Oh, okay. Yeah. So
everybody, do me a favor. If you're in the chat right now, please send prayers up for D's mom on the chat. Let her see that for us, please. I appreciate that. I'll wait.
Send through for the show. Yeah, where'd D go?
Hmm.
I was trying to send mine.
He's not letting you do it.
No, I just lost her, so I gotta go back so I can tag her in it. But yeah, as far as with good folks though, like I said, I think the same thing kind of
Right.
applies. I know when I'm entertaining people,
Uh-huh.
my main goal is really not to, you know what I mean, put too much stock in whatever it is. I want to see you genuinely how you are.
Right.
You feel me?
Yeah.
And in doing that, I gotta see what you usually go to.
Mhm.
What's your main sources? If you are spiritual, how
Right.
spiritual do you go? Like, how serious are you about it, or are you just on the front end? Or if you really into working out or like hiking stuff like that,
Right.
all right. So what you doing recreational? What's your hobbies?
Right. Right.
Those are things that I like to get to first, and sometimes in different settings you'll never figure that out. So I'm going in.
Let me ask you this question. I asked anybody out there. Okay, because changing the subject a little bit. Would you marry somebody that's Buddha, that believes in Buddha?
Depends.
Okay.
It depends for me.
Okay.
Because I have a very strong faith,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm Christian by the book.
Right.
But I'm not religious.
Okay.
So if it's not book practices,
Mm-hmm.
if it's just like church politics or doing a certain type of gesture, having to move a certain type of way, that's not me anyway.
Right.
So I don't value it as high. Now, is there protocol for different venues and different areas and wherever you do your faith? Of course, and out of respect, you do that.
Right.
But when I say religious, I ain't that part of being religious, and I ain't really finna, because they call it spiritual. I'm not that either, because you don't apply the same type of means.
Right.
What I am, I practice the faith.
Right.
You feel me? And then practicing the faith, it always tell you it don't matter where you at.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're going to buy the lines, it makes it a point that you have to consciously do that. You have to make sure you repent, and yada yada yada. Everybody's gonna go to their own path in their own way.
Exactly.
And you're going to be judged individually if you go by the good book.
Right.
So for me, I'm like, alrighty. Hopefully you get to the point where
You
when
like
you
me.
get individual.
That's what I'm saying. Hopefully either you see me in heaven or I see you in heaven.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
If we ain't at the same spot, at least
It's
we
okay.
had a good run.
That's me. That's me, bro. Hey, you and I on the same damn page. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna let your spirituality
Because I know what I'm gonna practice. That's not gonna change.
Exactly. I'm gonna be who I am. You know what I'm saying? It's up to you. You know what I'm saying? For you to get there. I'm gonna get there the best way I can. You get there the best way you can.
And see, most folks would be like, well, what if you got kids? How are you gonna? If I got kids,
I'm gonna tell them my way.
I'm gonna educate them. I'm gonna make sure they get educated in both ways.
Yeah, that's how I was going.
Okay.
I think the kids, if the mom and the dad is different in how religion goes, right? I can speak on this.
Oh yeah,
1,000%. I can speak on it. I am.
So are they Buddhists?
I never asked them.
Huh?
I never asked them. That's not for me to determine. When they was here, I did not ask them about their spirituality.
Okay.
Because when I looked at them, that's God. And he's in their hands for me. So when we met and we talked the last 8 days, bro, whatever that was, it was meant to be. But what they believe and how they believe that, we never had that conversation. But I'm gonna say this: their mom is Japanese, 100%. So she believes in Buddha,
and she practiced the customs
to a point. I'm sure. I don't know how much. She may be a heathen like me to Buddha.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? So, but I can't, because I haven't been around her.
Yeah.
But when I was around her, did she go to church every Sunday? Did she go to the temples? No. Right. But did she have some of the stuff in her house? Yes. You know, like everybody got a Bible in their house.
Yeah. She had it like a statue. It's a beads.
There was no statue in the house, but there were little, things. She would practice some of the rituals.
Oh, like kanji with the lights and stuff?
If, like, there's certain times of the year that you go to the temples and you pray. right?
Mhm.
She would do that.
Ah.
There were certain things that they would burn certain incense, and they would do the burning of the incense and stuff like that. So, she was that person that I think she believed, but it wasn't the person that goes and get on the knees every day and pray and do the thing. So,
so she made sure she do it like your seasons and the New Year's and stuff.
Possibly. You know what I'm saying?
Because I know that's I don't know
Yeah.
it to a T, but I know like in the spring point, summer, then you go to the winter.
Tony said,
and then you got
being
fall
unequally
season.
yoked for her, God is not an author of confusion. Okay, and that's unequally yoked is what I was trying to say. Okay, and that will be unequally yoked for you. For me, that won't be unequally yoked because again, like I said, when that person passes away, I'm not there. I'm not the end judgment of how you get. And this is what I have to say because
that's kind of I'm with you on that.
So this is what I have to say because my mom had a huge blow, but I think I told you about this.
I think so.
When it came to my mom, right? Because my mom asked me, have your daughters when we were talking, when we were, family.
Yeah, I was talking.
Yeah, that was years ago. But she asked me, have your daughters been baptized in the name of Jesus, the Holy Spirit and all that? I said, no, mama. I said, they probably believe in Buddha. This is what my mama said to me. Right?
Yeah.
No bullshit. My mama said, your daughter's going to hell. That's what she said to me. That pissed me the hell off. Right? And so I'm saying, mama, these are your grandkids. I don't care. If they don't get baptized, they don't do it this way, they're going to hell. How are you going to say that? So how can you tell me, right, that a person who has not been introduced in a foreign country that don't know your way, that they're going to hell? That's just what you're saying because that's what you believe. There's no way in the hell you're going to sit here and tell me, even though you're my mama, that my daughters are going to hell because they didn't get baptized the way you think they should get baptized. You see what I'm saying? So what I have to believe, because I've been all around the world. If you haven't been around the world, I don't even want to read your comments because I don't think you are equipped to talk on this, my personal opinion. Because I think God speaks in different languages. I think people perceive God in different ways. Everybody around the world is not going to go through the way that I have received God. The way your culture gets to God, right, is the way your culture gets to God. I am not the judgment of that. I'm not. I can say that here in America, this is the way I know how to get to him. But I can't tell somebody in Germany or France or Japan or Italy how they need to get to God. I cannot. That ain't my job. That's above my pay grade. That you know what I'm saying? That's above my pay grade. I don't know what that looks like. I can only tell you here in America, this is what I believe, this is what I was taught. Because if my kids was taught and lived in Japan, this is what they were taught. I am going to believe that God is not going to say, you're going to hell because you didn't learn it from your daddy. I'm not going to believe that every little child in Japan that don't have an American father, that don't believe in Christianity in Japan is going to hell because they didn't learn it in America. I don't believe that. Maybe some people do. But going through foreign countries, a majority of my life, I cannot believe that there's only one way to get to the kingdom in heaven. There's a way that we know how to get to him, and I believe there's a way that when you're in a foreign country that you get to him through that way. I don't believe anything when it comes to the devil. I don't believe in none of that. But if they're believing in God and they call him, like in Japanese, they call him Okama-sama, right? So if you believe in God in your way and you're praying and you're a good person, right? That is the way that country, that culture gets to him. Look, and we can't judge. It ain't my or your responsibility or even your mouth to be able to say what another country or how that person is going to get to the end in the kingdom.
But Joe, I just say it like I'm my uncle do when he in church.
Yeah.
His goal is to educate you, give you the stuff that you need if you want to go pursue the faith more. Mm-hmm. But he always reiterate God gives you a choice.
Yes. And
that's period.
Yes, but he gives you a choice in what you've been.
No, that's regardless.
Okay.
That's regardless. He gives you a choice, period. If you ain't been around it or whatever it is, cool. That's still the choice in my book.
How so?
Because yes, if you want to go about it the way okay, you weren't part of
You weren't
this
exposed to
culture,
it.
so you're not exposed to it,
You had no knowledge.
then cool. Maybe that's God for you. My point on the choice or free will is just, for one, the information out however you want to apply it. If you don't believe it, or you think, you know what I mean, how I've been raised in this kind of system, because I know about other faiths, but am I practicing it? No, I'm practicing
because this is what.
But then again, I also know
Yeah.
that's my choice to do too. And what I was going to say before you went on that, if I'm dealing with a woman and she believes a different faith than me, my goal, main and foremost, is to just educate them. Educate my kids. Yo, this is what your mama get into. She can reiterate more if that's what you believe.
Exactly.
This is what your daddy is.
Right.
And your daddy don't play by this point. So I put you in the systems where you, if you want to further that faith, but at that point, that's the choice.
Yeah.
And for what somebody don't know, or what they ignorant to, or what they practice, I'm not speaking to that, because that's going to be watered down for no reason.
And most of us not even competent enough to be able to have that conversation with your child. You should only tell your kids what you believe and let them make their own choice. That's just me. Like at some point, me and my daughters will have that conversation, right?
Because and I'm with you, because my retort to that would have been, all right, there's folks in church is gonna bust hell wide open.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if you read the Bible or whatever, it's kind of it's implied that God shows mercy to the ignorant.
And here's the thing, bro. Everybody who reads the Bible don't make you educated, because everybody interpret scriptures completely different. Completely different.
But it's supposed to be like that. That's how the Bible was
even
was
the
written.
pastor is telling you one way, right? And you go back and you read that Bible verse, you may read it and it's going to mean something entirely different to you. That's why I say, like, the human prospect, the human intuition is always going to kick in your faith, and you're going to have to make that discernment by yourself. God don't make the discernment. You make the discernment, and you have to deal with the choices at the end of your life, whatever choice you decide to make, just like my daughters and my wife. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm married and I'm with my kids, I'm going to tell them what their father believes in. If I'm married to whatever she believes in, I'm like, good baby, I wish the best for you.
My mama and my uncle so savage with it. They'd be like, hope I see you though.
That's what I'm saying. Because Antonio said God would definitely give you the understanding of his word. Yes, I think God would give you the understanding of his word to the person that he's talking to. Let me say that again. God would give you the understanding of his word according to the person he's talking to, not to what we believe, that what we hear from God, that another person should hear that we heard from God. God speaks in many tongues. We don't.
And we usually more heathen on this show, but golly.
But you know what I'm saying? But because you know me, I always say God's still working on my black ass. That's always been my phrase for years, right? I'm a heathen. I am not a Bible thumping, sitting in the church. You know what I'm saying? Have I been baptized before? I've been baptized a couple of times, right? When I was a kid. I've been dunked in the
I just been christened.
I've been baptized in the Baptist, Pentecostal, and I've been baptized in the Methodist church.
Oh, wow.
And when I grew, when I was in the military, my job was I worked in the church. I was a chaplain. I was a chaplain assistant. So I got a chance to I had to learn all the different religions, right? Because I dealt with, in the military, you deal with different priests. You deal with the rabbis, the Catholics, you deal with Methodists, you deal with Protestants.
It's a melting pot.
Right. So I had to learn all the different religions, right? And so when I tell people, unless you've studied, and I'm not no teacher, but I had to learn the different types of religion and what they believed and how to set up for the different services. That was my job. And when you go to these services and you see these different people that go in, right, and they're speaking different things in church, right? especially if you're going to a Jewish service. I don't know what the hell they were saying, but they believed it.
Yeah.
Catholic, right? I like Catholic service. They get out quick.
No, they don't.
Catholic service quick. The Catholic service quick.
Yeah, it depends on how they doing it.
Yeah,
they do. They'll be in there for
it
almost
depends.
a day.
It depends if you're going to church. Now, if you're going to church, the Catholic service is about 30 minutes, 30 to 45 minutes. You out. They do the little rituals in the front. Yeah. But yeah, I love doing the Catholic service. This is what I know.
Because I have a lot of.
Because I had to work on Sundays, right?
They got so many freaking services.
When the chaplain was a Baptist, I know I'm finna be there for about 2 or 3 hours, bro. Oh but when the Catholic priest came in, hour we out. Because the Catholic priest like we finna go watch football.
So they didn't. Oh my God, they didn't do. Because I know it's a few Catholic churches that was around my house when I was little, and they had multiple services.
No, but see, the multiple services is okay. So let me explain the multiple services.
Okay,
the multiple services is for the people who can't make it to the 8 o'clock service, the 10 o'clock service.
Okay. So
the service, the Catholic service is only an hour, 30, anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour, bro.
Well, I went to
so Catholic service. So the Baptists and the Protestants get in one service, right?
Yeah,
maybe 2. The Catholics get about 3 or 4. The priests come in it was 9, 12, and 4. So it's an hour, right? And bro, it's down to a T. You know what I'm saying? That's the Catholic service. You're in and out. You know what time you're leaving, right? That's why you're seeing all the different. They call it mass. All the different masses.
No, I had to attend when I went to Holy Family.
Yeah, but if you went to the different services, these was all the same services. It was just for people
just different time slots for folks they can make.
That's all it was. That's why I say love the Catholic faith. For the time wise, right?
I think that big dog.
Hey, bro,
not me.
But if reason why I say it because when I've witnessed a plethora of different services, it's the same thing. It's just how you digest it. Some people digest it through shouting, faith, and things of that nature. Some people, through prayer, through eating, going and get the and they drink the wine and they eat the bread every Sunday. I forgot what that's called, but yeah, that part because Catholics do that every Sunday.
No, you just said it. It was mass.
No, but it was mass, but it was called I don't know.
Communion.
Communion.
Yeah.
Catholics
Christian and Baptist,
but Catholics do communion every service.
Yeah,
Baptists do communion at certain times of the month,
like Christian. But it's the beginning of every month.
Yes, but that's what I'm saying. So the Catholics do it every service. In the service you go to, you're going to get communion, right? In the Baptist church, you get it once a month. I think it was once a month, right? Or a certain time of the month.
I don't practice Baptist, but if I'm not mistaken,
like I told you, that's why y'all can laugh because, like I told you, I am not. I've been through all this stuff, bro, but I'm not that person that follows all that stuff. Because I'm gonna tell you, when I was in the church, I saw so much. I saw too much, and I believe in my faith. But what I learned for me when I was in church was, I learned that I don't have to get to heaven through the church. I have to get through heaven through myself and through my belief. Now, there are good churches out there. There are good pastors and priests and things that they're out there. But the things that I was exposed to in my 8-year tenure in the military, and as I've come back to the United States and visited a few churches, when I was a kid, when I visited a few churches, the things that I have seen and witnessed and the people that I have been around, from family members to everybody, I had to make a discernment. Like, if I decide to go to church, I'm going to church because I want to hear the word, and then I need to make my own judgment. I don't need the church to get to heaven because church is what's inside me. But should I attend church and learn more and be a part of that? Yes, I do believe that part of it. But the people that I've seen, the things I have witnessed from the higher ups that's talking to us and teaching us, for what I have seen, I'm gonna just say this: men and women are, they in error, and that's for God to deal with them at that point. But it's up to me to make my own discernment on how I need to digest and get to heaven, and that's for me. And and when I'm ready, I think I'll be able to sit on somebody's front bench, but on front pew. But right now, I just want to be a good person. I want to believe in God and just be a good person. And I think at some point will I get back in church and say I want to sit there in front of a church, but it's going to take a minute for me to sit there and follow somebody that's preaching God to me, because I've just, honestly, I've seen way too much from Catholics. The Jewish side, I'm not going to lie, I have not seen, but from Catholics, Baptists, and Methodists, and Pentecostal, the bishops, and everybody, the stuff that I know for a fact that I've seen and witnessed, yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay. I mean,
it's third of my yeah.
Hate that for you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to come at it like I ain't go, but at the same time, I get what you come from.
Yeah.
It's but
hey, turns to end and let the church say amen, because I'm not gonna speak bad on anybody, because I just say everybody's human. Right. And
yeah.
Yeah. And that's, again, I think everybody has to go through their own trials and tribulations, even the leaders of churches.
Yeah, we talked about good men and women, and we went straight to church.
Amen.
You say amen?
Amen. Amen, bro. Because that is my daughter's. That Tanya just said one of my favorite words that my good friend, a woman that that she says absolutely. AG, if you're watching the show, that is her favorite word. And my daughters, every time I talk to my daughters, for whatever, some kind of way, they're gonna get G's word in there. Absolutely. Jean is my baby too, but
that's funny.
When she said it to my daughters, bro, she's like, absolutely. That stuck with my kids for whatever reason. Absolutely. And the way she says it is so bougie and proper and cool, right? Because she was saying something to my daughters, and she said, absolutely. That's the way she says it, right? And so my daughter's like, absolutely. And they say this shit all the time now. When I'm on the phone with them, they're like, absolutely, Papa. I'm like, G, you have corrupted my kids. And I can't call I don't want to call my daughters my kids. You have corrupted my daughters. Because when your father is like, you want to say kids, but when you look at them, they're
your
not
kids.
They're my daughters now. They're not kids. They're okay with me saying kids, but I'm not okay, because when I look at them, I want them to know that I respect them as being women. They're not kids anymore. I missed that part of their life.
Oh my God. Okay.
That's my middle name. I guess Tanya said my middle name is absolutely.
Oh, that's funny.
Mo. That's funny. That's funny, man. I hope you guys have enjoyed the topic here today. So let's rewind this back. So, good man, good woman, right? Do a man want a good woman?
Sure you do.
Or do you want a fun woman?
I think most folks want a good woman, or most dudes.
So let me ask you the question. Let me ask you this then: is a man good the same as a woman good in a man as it is in a woman?
What? What is a man good like a woman good?
No, what? The way a man looks at a woman to say this is a good woman, is it complementary to what a woman says that's a good man?
Neither are like that.
Okay.
I think you'd be fooled if you try to think it like that.
Okay.
Because, and I strongly believe this.
Thank you, Tanya.
Strongly believe this. My good woman is not going to be good for nobody else but me.
Right.
So how she views a good dude, if I'm not that, I won't be that. You feel me? Like, if I'm finna entertain a girl and I think she cool or she's good, to a point, I have to then acknowledge how she's good for me. There's going to be traits that when it applies to me, either it fits, it falls into place. You know what I mean? There's going to be things in line to where you don't see this as a bad thing. You know what I mean? And everybody has their own measure of that. Like it's some folks, yo, they big smokers. A good woman for them would probably be somebody that recreational smoke like them.
Yeah.
You feel me? A good fit person probably want another good fit person.
Right.
That's what would apply good for them. And I think good changes the more you change. So it's never going to be the same. Like my good woman is not like how it was 5 years ago. True. Those two good women are not the same. Now, can I still acknowledge that was a good woman for me back then? Yeah, it was.
Right.
But is it a good woman for me now? No, it's not.
Mm-hmm.
So to correlate it to be like, oh, is it the same as if a woman was to say a good dude?
Mm-hmm.
No, her good dude is going to apply to her different. And her good dude is going to change with her different. And I think I think when you're growing with somebody, if you find them and they're good for you, I think what you know as a keeper is if both of y'all still find things good about each other, the more you change.
Okay. I don't think I'm looking for a good woman. I'm just being honest. I don't think I'm looking for a good woman.
Dude, if you was just gonna be ignorant with it, I would have.
I'm not being.
I wouldn't even went on this diatribe, man. Like what the crap?
I'm with you on what you're saying. I'm being very serious. I'm not looking for a good woman anymore. I tried that; it didn't work.
Okay.
No,
I'm conflicted now. Like, you tried that, it didn't work.
It did not. When I first got married the first 2 times, bro, I was looking for a good woman. That shit didn't work for me, and I'm just being totally honest. You know,
it might be how you view it.
Okay, so now you can tell me about my experience.
No. I mean, I ain't finna argue with you. I just think it's how you viewed it.
Again, you finna tell me.
So, no, I'm just saying my point. I ain't finna.
So what you. Like I said,
I just don't believe it.
Again, I love how people tell you about your life that you had experienced.
I didn't tell you about nothing. I just don't believe it. That's all.
I lived it. It's not for you to believe.
That's it's facts. What that supposed to mean? I don't.
I went through the heartache, the pain, and the fun of my choices.
Oh, and you still in? Okay, then like I said, it's how you view it. It's cool.
No, it's how I lived it. It's not view. I went through it. This ain't me standing outside. Well, you know, if you when you do this, Joe, this is how it's gonna be. No, I lived that shit. Every inch of it, every part of it.
We just gonna disagree on this.
So I'm not looking for a good woman anymore.
Okay.
I'm not. I am looking for a woman that accepts me for who I am and loves me for the person that I am at this point in my life.
Okay.
I don't know what that is. I don't know whether she's a good person or a bad person. I'm looking for someone who sees me as an asset and I see her as an asset. I don't want to put a title on a woman and say, well, she's a good woman. She has these virtues and, you know, this is what I like about her. When I'm with somebody now, it's a energy, it's a vibe, it's a chemistry that we need to have. Okay. I don't know if she's a good woman. I don't. But what I feel now at my age in life, I feel that I want somebody who loves me unfiltered. The essence of what they see in me, they love that. And they can put up with me on my worst day and their worst day and still love me.
Okay.
That may not make her a good woman in some people's eyes. And I don't know if she's a good person. But if she loves me like that, I'm okay with that. I'm no longer looking for a good woman, a good, wholesome Christian, you know, whatever the thing people say. I'm no longer looking for that. If this woman laughs with me, cries with me, sleeps with me, right?
She a good woman for you.
I don't, but like I said, I don't, bruh.
I mean,
no, but
that's all I was hearing.
No, because this is for people who've been through it, they get what I'm saying. It's not the good or the bad, it's a connection. It's a connection, bro. Because when my first wife, she was a good woman, still a
Okay.
great woman. My second wife, a good woman, still a great woman.
Okay.
That didn't work out for me. It didn't. It didn't work out for them.
Okay.
And so what I understand now for myself is that the intangibles that I can't see or even explain on this microphone articulately to articulate to folks, it has to be there.
Okay.
And that's what I'm looking for now. I'm not looking for a good woman. I'm looking for the woman that truly loves Joe Lockett as everything that you see he is. Asshole, good person, loving, hard nosed, says what's on his damn mind, gonna be that, right? And I need to love you in your true essence too.
Okay.
Because a lot of times I think women and men, we want each other to change so you can adapt to what we like. I don't want to change shit about my life right now for nobody. But I also don't want her to change shit about her life for me either. I want to love her for who her friends, whatever she's doing. I want to love her for that. You see what I'm saying? And so that may be imperfect. You know what I mean? That may be she keeps her house, I keep my house. On a bad day, she'll take her ass home, even though we married, right? She'll go back to her house and she'll come back to the house that we have it together. But if that love is what we want, if that's what we do, that's what I want. I'd rather have that than that conventional bullshit that I had, right? That I thought was love, that I tried to fit into a box for myself, and that didn't work. You see how I live my life now. Do I not live my life a little bit unconventional?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And so when people look at this here and look at how people come in and out of my house and, you know, people do things and, you know, the way I do things, but ain't no way never gonna put up with that shit. But I'm happy. But you got to be a person that's going to love me for that. I'm not going to be in a relationship with you if you say, well, nephew can't have the key to the house.
Yeah.
Okay, we can't be together. Oh, you going to put nephew over me? Yeah. Because this is here. Denise can't have the key or have the code to the house to come in when she come do the show. You going to put? Yeah, I will. I'm not going to change my lifestyle for a woman, and I don't want her to change her lifestyle for me. I will respect the hell out of my wife, and anybody that I bring into my house or around me will respect our marriage. But I'm not going to change for her, because if I change for her, I'm changing me. If she changed for me, she's changing her. And at this stage, I don't want a woman to change. I don't think we need to change at this stage. We are who we are. Because once you start trying to change for somebody, you don't know how to become that person that the other person wants you to be. Your change is temporary. You always going to revert to your core, or you're going to be mad at that person because you changed. So I think for me more, I want a woman that I can vibe with than more so have a good woman. Why are you laughing?
I don't want to spit on it. You feel me?
Uh-huh.
But in that whole process of you saying that, it sounds like you just said the same thing. But I got you, because how you view that and how you know what I mean, calculate or correlate all of that.
Yeah,
that's going to be different for everybody.
Yeah,
that's why I was like, I just left it at a laugh,
because
it's still, for me, it still sounds exactly like, because it's not supposed to be good for everybody else. It's supposed to be good for y'all.
But think about this,
that the unconventional means, if it applies to you, that means it's good for y'all.
But think about this, bro. If I told people how I live my life, most people will critique.
Most people will probably stray away.
Right. So what I'm saying is, most people that get married or do things, they're not doing it according to them. They're doing it according to society.
Yeah.
For the Joneses, for the parents, for the family, for social media. You see what I'm saying? So you're not living in your true happiness, is what I'm saying. The good that you're saying that you are, you know what I'm saying, you want to marry a good woman, you're marrying a good woman for
them.
That part. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. I want to marry what's good. If I'm saying good, I want to marry what vibes with Joe Lockett.
Yeah.
If you look at me and you look at my wife and you say that, man, how can you be with a woman that dressed like that or talk like that or look like that, I'm gonna say, fuck you. That's my wife. And I want a woman that's gonna say about, somebody said that about me. How can you do this if he got the niece and Keisa and nephew? She can say, fuck you, that's my husband. You see what I'm saying? But see, it's only certain women and men can do that and stand up when it's time to stand up for your husband or for your wife or for your man or for your girlfriend. It's only certain people that's going to stand up and not bow down to society values or what people think is good is. I want that woman that's going to stand there and stand 10 toes down because she know I got her. Everything that she see around her, she has access to, and she knows everybody. And she can walk in and do whatever she needs to do whenever she wants to because she believes in me and I believe in her. You see what I'm saying? That's the energy and the vibe that I look for now. And those women, I have a few people in my life that I believe that's, on that level.
Yeah.
But I'm a person that I have to grow on people. I know that. I'm not easy to get along with. I'm not easy to be in an arena with because I'm not willing to change who I am to accommodate you to make you happy.
Okay.
I don't chase. I am who I am. I'm going to be a good person. I'm going to show up. I'm going to be that person in your life. I'm going to be a good dude, but I'm not going to chase your ass. I don't want you to chase me. You know what I'm saying? When I'm talking with people, I give you the same energy that you give me. I can like you the hell of a lot, but if you give me less energy, I give you less energy. Me and my brother had this conversation, and I'm gonna let you talk. Let me say this. At this stage in my life, I play the cards on the table. I don't play what may be in your hand. I don't read minds. Whatever energy a friend, a family member, or somebody do, whatever those cards say on the table, I react to that. I don't react to what society said, well, this is what a woman should do, or this is what a man should do. No, I don't do that anymore because that's bullshit.
It is.
You see my cards on the table. If you dating somebody or if you're in a marriage, if this glass is on the table and it's empty, well, my glass is going to be empty. If your glass got something in it, I'm going to put something in my glass. We should follow each other lead at this stage. And when this stage, ain't nobody finna play games like, well, I'm gonna put some in my glass and see if he's gonna put some in his. No. If you come with a full glass and then one day you come up with an empty glass and thinking that I'm gonna put some in your, nope, I'm not. I'm gonna give you the same kind of energy that you give me. So those are the kind of people that I vibe with now. Like you and I, we've had our differences, right? On a few different things, but not much. But at the end of the day, you have never known me to backtrack or not be the person that I said I'm going to be. Matter of fact, I got to pay you too. I ain't pay you today. I'm sorry. I just thought about that. I just thought about that when I said I was in there talking shit and I ain't paid you for the services that you did today. Remind me to pay you after the show because I forgot about that. Okay. I'm sorry, but that just hit my mind. I didn't pay you today, so I won't pay you. But yeah. But here's the thing: when you got the right people in your life, you don't have to tell them to fill the cup. They're gonna keep their cup filled because they want your cup to continue to be full too. You know what I'm saying? And so when I look at life now, and I'm gonna finish here and then let you cook. I flow in the energy that my friends and family give me. Go ahead.
To that point.
Yeah.
Joe.
Yes, sir.
What make people special to you?
Your actions.
Okay.
Your actions.
That's it.
That's the most part for me. Your actions tells me everything about you. If you're waiting for me to act before you react, that pushes me away.
So that makes them, or at least grows them to be somebody special to you.
Yes, your actions, your words mean this. Your actions is what moves me. Yes.
Okay. So when you see somebody special to you, how do you view them versus everybody else?
Trustworthy.
No, and what I mean by view them, I mean like handle. What do you mean? How do you handle somebody special versus everybody else?
Oh, you should know that. I don't think you should even ask me that question.
I'm just asking a question for the show purposes.
Oh, for the show purposes? If I view somebody special, you know that I hold you. If I hold somebody special, you know you never have to want if I'm there. If I got, you got.
And everybody don't have that access.
Everybody don't have that access.
That's my point. That's my point when it goes towards relationships and identifying somebody good for you.
Mhm.
I'm not going to handle anybody that is just quote unquote good because other folks view them good. Like how you said,
Mhm.
it's actions. It's
Mhm.
stuff that grew there for me.
Mhm.
If I'm just talking about me,
Mhm.
it's stuff that grew there. It
Right.
matured, it nurtured, and we got closer.
Mhm.
I don't view you as everybody else. You are your name.
Yeah.
And I hold folks that become special to their name. Like I was just talking about with the money thing. I wasn't worried about it because I know you good for it.
Yeah.
I know you're not the person to cheat, but that go back to your point about matching energy.
Yeah.
I think if you find somebody that's good for you, that's a natural process because they apply to where you need it. They apply to where it's good for you.
Right.
And you're not a detriment or negative to them. Y'all good for each other.
Right.
Like if you're going back to one of the other situations, yeah, you realize that she was a good person, but maybe you wasn't the good person for her.
Exactly.
And now that's why it didn't match because it didn't apply naturally.
Yeah.
So when it goes towards, and I view that for any situation, whether I'm dealing with guys or females, I don't give real time of day to somebody that I'm not ready to invest in. And at that point, we're investing into each other. At that point, like how you said, we've matched energy and we matched mentality.
And I don't, and this is what I tell anybody. I don't bring you in my inner circle if I don't fuck with you.
You don't. I snuck in, but
no, no, bro. You didn't sneak. I'm gonna be honest. You did not.
I got it with Abdul.
But he saw what we do, me and Abdul. You didn't sneak in. You got in by your hard works and who you were as a person. There was no sneaking in, bro, because you still had to earn your way when you got here. Right? You was walked through the door, but you have to be able to stay here. And when my daughters came last week, there are a few people that I didn't get a chance to let meet my daughter. So please don't take this the wrong way. We just didn't have enough time to get everybody in.
That was a short week.
It was short. I mean, it seemed like they showed up
and left
one day,
at the same day.
Like 3 days later, it felt like they was gone, but it was 8 days. But we did a lot. But so this statement that I'm making does not apply to the people that you're very important in my life and my families. But the people that I put around my kids, those are the people that I talk to daily. Those are the people that has been there with me, right, and check on me and call me all the time, right, and they know the story. Now, again, that's not applicable to everybody that didn't get a chance to meet my daughters. But I would say this to everybody, right? For me, when I bring you into my circle, and I may be somebody to you, I may not be no damn body to you, but if I bring you into my circle and I call you family, blood don't make you family. Your support, your love, your actions make you family to me. And I take that very, very serious. And I will love, and I love hard for everybody. And I work hard for the people that I care about.
Well,
you know what I mean? And I would give the person my last if I consider you family. You always have a place to lay your head, a car to drive, and money in your pocket if I call you family. That's just how I am. And so when I'm being with a woman to tie this all up together, right? I don't look for a good woman, bro. I look for a woman who's going to accept my bullshit, my good, my bad, and my ugly, and love my dumb ass anyway. That's what I look for.
Moo. I ain't got nothing to say on that.
All right, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. At the end of the day, hopefully you guys, you can, you find your way of love and what's good and what's bad for you. All right. But with that being said, y'all, we got to get up out of here, man. I've taken up 2 hours. If you're taking 2 hours of your time, hope you guys enjoy the show. Have a conversation. Continue the conversation. Get in my inbox. If you got something you want to ask, you got topics you want to talk about, get in our inbox. But until tomorrow, this is what we're gonna do, y'all. Y'all know how Denise, Joe Lockett, and your boy and nephew feel about you, right? Je t'aime. Te amo, hasta más. it, libidit. What does all that mean? In every different language that I just spoke to you in, it means I love you. Have a good night.
Yeah, later.
What's up, Cake Baby? How you